Good morning, students. Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation's online education, English medium. Today's subject is EVS 2, and the topic is beginning of settled life. And subtopic is domestication of animals, agriculture, skill and occupation, community life, structure of houses, village settlement, and family. My school name is New Mahim Municipal English Upper Primary School. I am your expert today teacher, Mrs. Bhairavi Himanshu Desai. Our administrative officer is Mrs. Snehalata Dumbre Madam. Nodal bid officer is Mr. Sharad Kurhade sir. Nodal HM is Mrs. Pushpam Mary Paul, and assistant nodal HM is Manpriti Anand Kaur. Let's begin the session with thought for the day. Can anyone read it for me?
Don't stop when you are tired. Stop when you are done.
Done. Very good. So, thought for the day is don't stop when you are tired. So, what the saying says that if you are tired, then also you should not stop. You should keep on continuously. Stop when you are done, when you have achieved your goal. At that time only, you should stop. Now, here we come. Subject is EVS 2. Now, let's recall how much you remember. Now, can anyone arrange this picture according to the proper evolution? Let me read. The picture A is of Homo erectus. Picture B is of Homo habilis. Picture C is Homo sapiens sapiens. D picture is H sapiens neanderthalensis. And E picture is Australopithecus. Can anyone arrange who was the first man?
E. Homo habilis.
First one. Then see the if you cannot recall the names, look at the picture nicely. Observe it carefully. Everybody knows that we evolved from monkeys. So who is looking more like monkey? See who is the bant one? See the last picture, E. It's a bant man, na? So that will come first. Okay. Okay, I begin. Okay. Now tell me the second one. Yes. If you cannot recall, guess. Who can be the second one? See, the first one is Australopithecus. Second is Homo habilis. Third is Homo erectus. Fourth one is Homo sapiens neanderthalensis. And last one is Homo sapiens sapiens. Okay. Now, evolution in stone tools. See, this type of weapons and stones and this were evolved, and this was called as Stone Age, and these were the tools. Now we'll start the topic, beginning of settled life, and the first subtopic is domestication of animals and agriculture. Now first, understand the meaning of domestication. Domestication means you have to tame the animal. Tame means train the animal. Okay. And which animals can you domesticate? So we can domesticate the animals like dog, goat, sheep, cattle, buffalo, because they are useful to us in many ways. There are three main steps of domestication of species of an animal. First step is capture the wild animal. First one, you have to capture. You have to go to the jungle and capture that wild animal. Then second is taming the captured animal. Taming means training them to live with humans. They are given trainings so that they can live without harming us. And the third one is obtaining useful material like milk, etc. from them and then training them to work for humans as beast of burden. Like you should know why are you taming such animal. For an example, cattle. If you are taming or if you are training the cattle, because we require milk from them. Cow, buffaloes, like we need milk from them. If you are taming the dog, then he is useful to guard our houses. Okay, if you are taming the
Yes.
horse, so it is used to pull our bullocks, our cart. And if you are taming the bullock, it will useful for agriculture. Okay, and this domesticating animals and keeping them for our own use, that is called as animal husbandry. It is one kind of occupation, that it is called as animal husbandry. And when the third step was achieved, the animal was supposed to be completely domesticated, so that completely domesticated animal can live with human being. Clear? And this you have to remember, that who was the first animal to be trained? Dogs. Dogs were domesticated in Middle Stone Age, and the dog was the first animal to have been domesticated. Dogs were used to help with hunting. Goat and sheep were domesticated next. Can you see the pictures? First one is
Yes.
dog's picture, then goat, and then sheep.
Sheep.
Goat also gives us milk, and sheep is useful to get the wool, and that wool is useful for making woolen clothes. We can protect ourselves in winter. Now, everybody understood what is the
Yes.
domestication? Who was the first animal to be domesticated?
Dog.
Dog. Very good. Very good. Okay. Now we'll see about agriculture. That this agriculture was began 11,000 years ago. And where? In Israel and Iraq. In Israel and Iraq. And women are credited to have started cultivation. Actually, man and woman nowadays both are doing this agriculture. But the first credit goes to women. They are credited to have started cultivation. Okay, they might have used, now it is all guessing, that they might have used pointed sticks to sow seeds. Can you see this picture of stick? There is a picture
Yes.
of stick. Okay, and some tribal women still use this method. And see that women are sowing seed with the help of this pointed stick. There is a picture below. The two women are sowing the seeds. In order to help dig deeper into the soil, the stick was weighted using a perforated stone. There's a stone, it is perforated, and that helps them to dig the soil so that you can easily sow the seed. Agriculture production increased considerably after the plough pulled by animals came into the use. And agriculture production, source of livelihood, it that became the main source of livelihood. Livelihood means to live. Okay, so if agriculture, then came to know about the agriculture, how you can sow, how you can grow more plants, and how you can grow food for themselves, that became the source of livelihood. And agriculture task of village settlement gained importance, and that now the people started settling themselves. They converted into village, then town, then city. Village people in village settlements established some rules and customs. Hence, local social system was based on agriculture. Then people began worshipping nature for good crops. Can you think of the natural god here to whom they are worshipping? See here they are, here three pictures are given. The tree picture shows they are worshipping the sky, the moon, air. The second picture, the man is folding his own hands and he is worshipping the sea. And that lady is worshipping to the sun. They were believed that they began to worship nature. This all comes under nature, so that the nature gives them good crops. Now we'll see about the spatial skills. Before agriculture, people obtained food such as meat, fruits, and roots by hunting and gathering. Can you see the picture? The first one, a man is
Yes.
hunting. Okay, he is riding on the horse and he is hunting. And the second picture, they are cooking. And the third picture, some fruits are shown. They could not store it for a long time. Hence, men and women were engaged in getting food. See, here I have shown some picture of agriculture. Here, man and women both are engaged in agriculture. So, it became possible to store food for grains for long period of time. There was more food available than required. Everybody started doing this agriculture. So they could grow more crops. So the food was more in more quantity. So it was more than required amount. Then what happened? That some women and men had enough time. Hence they began to spare time for experimentation and for using their natural creativity to develop some special skills. Now, can you see some pictures? See, the first one is making pots, earthen pots, diyas, and some garlands, beads, garlands. So these members with such special skills were given work based on those skills. See, everybody cannot make earthen pots. You require some special skills. So this is the that wheel is moving, and in that only you have to give proper shape, and then you can make a pot. And
Yes,
those
teacher.
thus arose crafts like making earthen pots, beads, etc. So this was the another occupation rather than agriculture. And it required some special skill which everybody cannot do. But those who are having special skills they could do. Now we'll see about community life based on mutual cooperation. Mutual cooperation. Matlab you have to understand the person and that person also should understand you. That is called as mutual cooperation. Okay. Farmers needed skilled craftsmen for tasks like making agriculture implements and repairing them as they were producing surplus food. Surplus food means, as I told you, the food they grow was extra, more than required. So that is called as surplus food. And the price of raw material was paid in the form of food grains, articles, etc. And in those days money was not there, so there, see, last picture I've shown, that one man is giving food grain in a glass and that other fellow is giving him the tomatoes. This is called as barter system. If you want tomatoes in place of that food grain, you can exchange of your things. Nowadays we all give money and we buy, but in those days money was not there. So this was exchange of food grains and articles, matlab whatever you have extra, you have surplus, that you have to give, and that fellow whatever you want that will give you. Okay, and then they obtain raw material from long distance. So this is called as barter system. See, here one man is giving apple and that lady is giving banana. Clear? So whatever you have extra that you give away and you buy whatever you don't have. This is called mutual cooperation, and this system was called as bar- barter system. Hence, barter system of buying and selling was established. Barter system also began when they needed to obtain raw materials, finished objects, other articles, etc., for daily use from other places. Then this trade started in New Stone Age, and the salt trade helps the expansion of trade in the New Stone Age. Okay, then the new occupation also began like this. The village community made rules. Now they started forming villages. And this village community made rules for mutual cooperation in order to keep this system of trade and distribution of resources running smoothly. And rule for community and traders are made by chief of the community. Means the whoever is making the rules, he will become the chief, the leader, the main person of the community. So what was his function? See, if he is the chief of community, then he was having two functions. Can anyone read out the function?
Teacher, can I?
Yes, read out.
Chief of community,
Mhm.
protecting the village,
Very good.
wall around, wall around the village settlement.
Settlements. Okay. Now understand what does it mean? The function or the work of chief of the community was protecting the village. Means his main function was to protect the whole village from wild animals or from other inventions. Okay. So he had to protect all men and women and children in the village. And second one is walls around the village
Yes,
settlements.
teacher.
He had to build
Yes.
walls around the village settlements so that he can protect the village from outsider or from wild animals. Understood? Now see, you see the wall? It can be of anything, maybe of stone or maybe of anything, any fence will do. Huh? So they used to build wall to protect themselves from floods, wild animals, and outsiders who stole the village cattle. In those days, as I told you, money was not there. So they others used to stole cattle also. Cattle means cow, buffalo, any domesticated animals. They used to stole from other settlements. So to protect them, the chief of the community had to build wall around the village. Now we'll see about building of houses. In those days, which type of houses were built? Houses at the beginning of the new stone age were made, the wall were made up of wattle and down. And this wattle and down were made up from bamboo, cow dung, etc. Twig, little twig. Okay. And the population of village settlement grew because food was available in plenty. And the village settlement became permanent and expanded. Still later, people began to build quadrangular houses of sun-dried bricks. I'll show you these sun-dried bricks. And some houses appear to have had more than one room. See, these are type of houses were built in beginning with the help of cow dung and twig and bamboo. Okay, roof, only four walls and a roof for their protection from sunlight and monsoon, rain. This type of houses, triangular, cone shape, circular, okay? And see, this is the structure of houses. If they couldn't make the wall, they used to arrange the stones like this. This is stone ka village, home. There's an entrance. You have to enter from here. Okay. And what materials used to you make house? See, first one is sun dried. Matlab the bricks were dried in sun. What is the second one? Can anyone read?
Cow dung.
Cow dung. I hope you all know what is cow dung.
Powder.
Yes. Third one is
Mud.
mud. And last one, woven from
When sticks
sticks,
of bamboos.
bamboo. Okay. These four materials in beginning were used in making houses. Okay. And these houses were having one room or either two rooms. And the houses were built close to each other to form the colony or the community or the village. And regional differences are seen in the styles of constructing houses depending on the local climate. Clear? I hope you all have understood structure of houses.
Yes.
Okay. Now we'll move to the next one. It seems from the plans of houses and village settlements that people staying there belonged to a single clan. They were related to one another, and hence entire village settlement was an extended family. Matlab they used to live like a huge or a whole family. Though they live in the different houses, but they used to live their life as they are of only one family. Whole community, whole village is one family. The idea that person bond with family should not get off even after the death. So what they used to do, so they used to bury the dead person either in the houses or in the country yard. Perhaps the idea was that the person's bond with the family should not get cut off even after the death. They used to believe that if the person is dead, then that bonding should not cut off. So they used to bury that dead person in house only or in the courtyard. Courtyard means and the backside of the houses. Okay. So families would also bury various articles with the dead person, whatever he liked. If he likes this utensil, if he likes the beads, he likes the pots. So whatever he's like, or his favorite cloth. So they used to bury that article also with that dead person. So they used to believe that this person will use it even after the death. Okay, this was their belief. See this. Can you see the picture? A dead person was buried either in the house or in the courtyard. Okay, see, he is buried with his favorite utensil. People in one house had close relations, but they were also member of extended village families. All they were, helping each other as a whole extended family. Okay, students. Now let's check how far you have understood. First question. Who will read it for me? Question. Can anyone read it for me?
Was the first animal
Domesticated.
domesticated?
Okay, now recall what I taught you. Which was the first animal who was domesticated? It was horse, dog, cat, or sheep.
Dog.
Very good, fantastic. It was the dog who was the
Dog.
domesticated first.
Dog.
Okay, now second question. Can anyone read?
Making use of animals
of
and birds.
animal
The
and
own
birds
use
for
is
one
called.
use is called
What is it called? Okay, I'm reading out three answers. Huh? Animal husbandry, domesticate husbandry, or factory husbandry. What is it called?
Animal husbandry.
Yes, yes. The right answer is animal husbandry. Very good. Now let's move on to third question.
who has started
Question one, miss.
Third one,
calculation
cultivation.
cultivation first.
Yes. Who has started cultivation first? Can you think of man or woman he was?
Woman.
Woman. Fantastic. Woman had started cultivation first. Now, fourth question.
Agriculture was practiced around how many years ago?
Yes. How many years ago? Can you recall your memory? 13,000, 12,000, 11,000, or 10,000?
11,000.
Fantastic. Yes, it was practiced around 11,000 years ago. Okay, now let's move on to fifth question. Read out, please.
Village system was based on what?
Yes, village system was based on what? Factory, agriculture, or trade?
Agriculture.
Okay, very good. And last question is exchange of
Food and articles is
called as. We
called
learned
as.
this, right? Okay, nowadays we are using money, but in those days they were used to exchange the food and articles. And this system had some name. What was it?
Barter system.
Fantastic. Very good, children. Very good. It was called as barter system. That you give me this. In sometimes even I have seen in the schools. If you like somebody's pen, you offer that, yeah, I'll give you this scale, you give me your pen. Right? This is also a barter system. Right? So in those days, money was not in the, so they used to exchange the articles. Okay. Okay, children, now you have to take screenshot or either you write down the homework for today. First question is, draw the houses of stone age men. See, I showed you four pictures. That pictures you have to draw. Second question is, write about the usefulness of any five domestic animals. Can anyone tell me which are the domestic animals?
Dog,
Yes,
cat,
yes,
cow,
very good.
and goat,
Horse, yes,
goat,
got, fantastic. You have to write down the usefulness. You can add on also camel, sheep, okay, which you can domesticate and you can use for yourself. How you can use for yourself, that is called as usefulness. You have to write about it. And the last question is, which animal is used by modern police? In what way? This you have to think. You can take help of Google also, and you can think it. Think about it and write down. I hope you all have taken screenshot of the homework.
yeah, they have taken.
Okay, very good. Okay. Thank you, children, for joining my lecture. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe. Bye bye.
Mama.